Hello ladies and gentlemen, yes, Zeke here again today to bring you another episode of Scrolls. And today I'm bringing you Scrolls because I actually do not want to spend too much time recording, as I kind of want to spend the day with at least a father or just off. So I'm going to be hanging out with my girlfriend's family because my father is in Peru. So can't really be hanging out with him today. And other than that, I'm going to basically take a day off and continue on with my coverage of stuff tomorrow. I'm actually going to start with the crossbowman here. Usually I start with the zealot because it's good for pinging off other people. But since I have the ducal infantryman in my hand, I would actually rather start out with the crossbowman so I can get the infantryman behind him and then hopefully do 5 damage to one of the towers as soon as possible. So my turn already. He is using the energy deck, which again is the slower deck that actually has a lot of really strong monsters and a lot of, what are they called, structures in it. So now I can stack the infantryman and possibly do 6 damage with this archer if the archer manages to get its attack out. So pretty good start so far. I'm not feeling too bad about it. I am feeling kind of bad about my audio. I'm sounding a bit echoey to even myself, but you guys are going to have to deal with that for this one episode. I'm sure you can manage. I'm sure you can man up. I'm sure you can mana lock. So I do have this Mabon. What is this even called? Okay, let's check this out. Kabonk. That's a horrible name for a spell. I'm gonna sacrifice that for a bit of resource, then I can play both the ducal infantryman and the sin-marked zealot here. So now these guys have increased attack power. It's only up to 2, but you know, they can move around later and be in basically every row. Unfortunately, his deck does have burn, and I don't like that because so far everything I have out on the field is kind of ludicrously weak. But I do have 5 damage total that will be attacking that. Now I could flip this guy. I'd rather not. I'm going to be sacrificing this for 2 other cards. And then I'm actually going to use Focus and the crossbowman at the same time, so he can do 5 damage. And then next turn, this thing will be able to die. Lovely. That works quite well for me, and I don't even have to sacrifice my sin-marked zealot, which I do appreciate. So his turn again. He is probably going to sacrifice for resource because 3 isn't quite enough to be going on with, even though it is what I am currently going on with. And next turn he's actually going to lose both of these, unfortunately for him. So I'm not sure why exactly he has done this. He just really doesn't want to take any damage to that tower, I guess. So let's sacrifice this for 2. I have Blessing of Haste and another Focus. I'm not going to use either of them right now because it'd be useless. 1 damage and 2 damage there. And let's end my turn. So far I'm at a fairly large advantage. It could turn around fast, but I have sacrificed pretty much nothing, and he is only 1 supply ahead of me, and I have 4 monsters on the field, whereas he has 0. Unfortunately, none of the monsters are particularly valuable. Well, that sucked. How did you even do 3 damage? I thought the burn was for 2 damage. So I could throw Heritage down. That is extra draw power, but I'd actually rather sacrifice Heritage for a tiny bit of resource. And I'm going to move you forward and move you forward, and all 3 of these guys can attack next turn. Unfortunately, like I said, he does have burn, so it's unlikely that you are going to be able to attack at all. What he doesn't know, though, is that I do have a focus spell, so 5, 6, 7, 8. If he doesn't ping off one of these guys, his middle tower is going to die. Other than that, he could actually play a defender. He does have 3 cards in his hand currently. Just trying to think of all the possibilities. And I also have this haste spell, which I really don't want to get rid of, so if I could maybe draw into a card that I could sacrifice for 2 more cards, I would be very happy with that. Unfortunately, apparently he is having a very hard time making his move now. Again, he is 1 resource ahead of me. And as far as I can tell, we are both playing mono decks. Okay, so that actually almost killed everybody, because he is a dick that way. So what I could do is put a bunch of things down there. So I'm actually going to sacrifice this for 2 cards, and then try to play something good. Royal Infantryman is all I have. I have all these cards which I could play, but a Crown of Strength on a Ducal Infantryman just really isn't worth it. So I'm going to do the 1 damage to his tower, and then just carry on. Made this guy slightly harder to actually kill. I don't understand the point of his deck because he should have really large monsters in it somewhere. Or at least the smaller ones. A lot of the monsters I find in this deck are really good, especially the early game ones, so I'm not sure why he isn't playing any of them. Just really bad draws. Another burn spell. I'm not sure why he decided to burn that instead of the Ducal Infantryman, which is considerably more useful. Got a second focus spell now, gonna switch that for 2. And a Blessing of Haste. The Honorable General would be a great card to get out. But I need to wait at least 2 turns in order to do that. So now he suddenly has the advantage because he is 2 resource ahead of me and has a good defender out in the front here. And like I said, I usually really enjoy taking the center position because the center position is really powerful in terms of being able to move pretty much anywhere. Although it may be in my best interest to move back into the left or down, or up or down, just for the sake of simplifying my life a tiny bit, not having to deal with his structure, his useless machine here. Useless machine, by the way, doesn't do anything. It's just a machine. So now he will kill himself, and he has finally actually played a damaging unit. This unit will also kill itself. So what I'm going to want to do here is probably sacrifice this armor. I don't need 2 haste spells. I don't need a haste and a speed anyways. So what I'm going to do first is... Well, actually, what I'm going to do first is sacrifice this for 2. I wish I could do 1 more damage, but I can't. Royal Vanguard is up. Resonant Helm. So basically I'm getting a lot of things to equip to the Honorable General when I have him. What I was actually really hoping to get was that card that, if I equipped it to him, would give me a resource and another card. Unfortunately, it didn't end up working out that way, but now I have an absolutely gigantic hand full of things that I could actually use, like the Royal Vanguard here. Okay, he put down a library. When it goes to 0, it gives him 3 extra scrolls. Are you kidding me with all this? Okay, well, I can sacrifice for a resource. I can start by playing the Royal Vanguard right up front here. Remember, he does have burn. And I don't have enough mana to play anything else, but next turn I can play the Honorable General, then I can just start equipping everything to all of them. Oh, for a second I thought he took away a card from my side, which was kind of confusing to me. So, going to probably get rid of the Crossbowman here in order to play the Honorable General. And then next turn I can just start equipping everything onto these guys. Everything onto these guys. I'm not going to get rid of my haste spell either. I was initially thinking of doing it just because, well, it would have allowed me to... I don't know why I was thinking of doing it. But anyways, initially I was thinking of doing it. Now he just wants lots of draw power. Is his entire deck built around a single card? And I'm just missing something here? So he really wants to take out that tower. I am willing to let him have that tower. So now I finally get power bound. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice this for 2 more cards. And that's what I was looking for. I actually want this Royal Skirmisher to be the one that I equip a bunch of crap to. So what I can do here is, well, first of all I want to equip the Resonant Helm to him so he can heal. Then I want to equip the Crown of Strength to the Infantryman. I always want the people who have extra, or who have, what's it called now, Relentless, to have all the equipment if possible. Because they are quite good. So this is some straight up damage to this tower here, 3 damage, not too bad. Again, you might wonder why I didn't just attack this main row. It's because I do not care enough about the main row. And I am thinking of using the haste spell on him next turn to actually guarantee that they will attack. So he just double burned that guy, making me waste all of my stuff. I really don't want this library to finish. It's my main concern here. So what I could do, sacrifice this for 2 cards first, don't need a Royal Infantryman. I have Flip. Let's make his useless machine incredibly useless. And then I can move you over here. use a Blessing of Haste on you. And you have 3 damage. This on you. I really don't want those libraries to proc because I don't want him having all that draw power. I can also take out one of these mines. And lovely, that will do it for my turn. So now they are both attacking for lots and lots of damage. And I am super happy about that. And now I have the card advantage, but not the resource advantage. I think he was hoping to really fill up his hand there, so I'm hoping I really crippled his whole system here. To be honest, I just don't know exactly how... What card did he just play? Will make an extra attack after its next attack. So that is perfectly fine with me because there are ways that I can kill this thing. First of all, I can get a Ducal Infantryman out, and I'm going to put him right here. Now I'm going to put him right here because he moves next turn. And I do have the speed spell, so I could get everybody to proc at once, in which case it would have been right to put it up there. But to be honest, I don't really want to. I have Frost. Let's throw this on the Ducal Infantryman. Just make him a bit more afraid to actually kill the Ducal Infantryman. Divine Mark on my general, that makes sure he doesn't die, he just goes back to my hand. And then I will end my turn. Well, if I can get enough units focused in the center, he will have a very hard time taking care of them all. Especially if I can kind of use my cards to ramp them up a tiny bit. He's now plated this, which, to be honest, kind of matters to me. He's played another useless machine. I'm not sure what's with his positioning of this. Is there a purpose? I'm clearly going for the center tower. I'm actually kind of going for it to the exclusion of all else, really. So let's go ahead and play... Well, let's transport these. What do you have equipped? Nothing? What do you have equipped? A Resonant Helm, so I can put another Resonant Helm on you, so you don't take as much damage. And then I might as well throw down a Sinmarked Zealot. There's really no point in not doing that, and I will delay your attack by a turn. I know that probably seems useless, but all these guys are going next turn. I unfortunately did not properly do anything. I didn't properly position these units. But I can make sure this dies first by... It has plating on it. But he just Iron Whipped it. He's making sure it attacks. It has like a 4 in 15 chance of hitting. Okay, that was a really stupid move because he put plating on it and then he took the plating off and then missed twice in a row. Okay, it was an 8 in 15 chance, but still, that's not a very good chance. And it's not even an 8 in 15 chance, it's less than that if you know how probability works at all. So he took his own plating off. This thing is going to die. I just want to make sure that it dies on the first attack. So I'm going to sacrifice attack this first. And then I'm going to split my Frost Winds just to see what I get. I also get a Crown of Strength here, which is quite good. I want to make sure this dies. I hate it taking pot shots at me. So I'm going to absolutely make sure it dies here, and I get the first kill on his tower before he managed to get the first kill on my tower, which I'm actually pretty fucking happy with. And now I have 10 damage just in these two, so I can kill one card, or one tower I can kill without any warning. So now this has plating, it attacks for 5. That means I really want to get these people behind. Or you know what I want to do? I have 6 mana. I'm going to move you here, you here. They will both attack next turn. I'm going to flip you the fuck over here. And also go ahead and play a Ducal Skirmisher over here. Now remember, I have an extra attack that will surprise the fuck out of him. So let's end the turn. These cantrips are really doing me all the good, as you guys were saying before. Although this guy must have done something wrong with his deck, like he must have just had a really bad draw or something, because he should have completely decimated me. I think. So he's now wondering what to do. He has his big attacker here. I don't care if he takes out this tower. He was going to use it as defense, but now he doesn't have that option. And the armor plating will not actually last long enough to do him any good here. So I'm going to move these two back here, and these two back here. He does a lot of damage, but he'll do 5... So I do get that surprise attack. These two go next turn. I'm going to split my next card I get just to see what I have available, because I might be able to take him out next turn with the right amount of cantrips. I'm not entirely sure about that, but he may actually time out this turn. Why have you put it there? And I have the Waking Stone now, which if I wanted I could use to basically defend that for 3 turns guaranteed. He can't place anything else in that space. But I'm not going to do that. Instead I'm going to split it to see what else I get. Okay, so this is actually perfect. I'm going to move both of these guys up here. Both of these guys down here. And then I have a Ducal Skirmisher that I'm going to place right here. So next turn, all these guys will attack. Oh, except I should have moved them downwards. So all these guys will attack next turn when he gets to 0. And then I'll probably be able to organize them in order to actually get the kill. I do still have the speed spell. Remember, that's kind of my trump card, because I can use that on the Honorable General at any time in order to get him to attack right away. Because that is -3 to countdown, which is really ridiculously awesome. Now he might try to move over here in order to fire, but he must notice at this point that I don't care about these towers, so I must be pretty confident that I can get them all down next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so here's what he's doing. He's actually placing mines, which I don't actually mind too much. How exactly do they work, though? Well, let's see what I get in terms of cards. Remember, I have lots of cantrips. If I could reposition people, that would be ideal. So let's split this. This has to die, so 3 is all I need to do to that. So I can move you over to here in order to get that 4 done. Or 3 done. Now I can move you. You're going to take 3, you're going to die on that. When Proximity Mine is destroyed in combat, attacking unit receives 4 damage. So let's actually go ahead and destroy some of my guys on purpose. You can move back. And this will actually guarantee me the win next turn, unless I am very much mistaken. Now I'll pretend that I'm trying to defend this. I'll get a couple guys just hanging out here. But that's all I really need to do. Sacrificed and sacrificed. This dies. And this takes 5 damage. So he thinks he has a couple turns to recover. Oh, no, he must think that he's dead, because this guy is going next turn no matter what. What are you doing? Ah, there we go. 4. Useless contraption in front of that too. And that. Okay. So, now he has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 health. I have a Blessing of Haste, which I'm going to just do that too. And then I will... Heritage, speed... 5, 3, 6... Okay, 5, 4... Okay, I'll go with this. This guy is already procced, so it is worthless for me to actually... I need to kill all this stuff really quickly. He has 0 cards in his hand. He has to work on the 2 he gets next turn. And this guy will die. Then he only has 2 health left. But that unfortunately resets my plan. I can't use it to just win in a single turn. He will have to try to come over here and defend it. But he can do that in 2 turns with this, which is when these guys attack, so I kind of depend on getting a haste spell here. So he did have a burn. How did he get 3 cards this turn? He should have only had 2. Oh well. I'm going to have to sacrifice this for 2 more. Go with a Frostwind. Move these 2 up. Get a Royal Skirmisher down. Throw some plate armor down, and then I think I am done. I was told I shouldn't actually end a turn with Heritage in my hand. They're probably correct. Now they didn't move. 7, huh? 5, 6, 7. Oh, Jesus. He's just gonna defend this tower indefinitely, I guess. So let's sacrifice this for 2. What I can do is just start pinging the hell out of this guy. Put you here. Put you here. And then end the turn. I do have 7 resources now. This guy will not get a chance to attack. He doesn't have that damage mitigation that these 2 do. And next turn, all these guys will be able to go. He will be at 4 health. Oh god, Iron Ogres! We're just last in his deck, apparently. Kinda fucking sucks. So what I'm gonna do now is split my Heritage. Now I have Focus and Ducal Infantryman. So this guy does 5 damage, just on his own. This guy will do 6 damage. Sacrifice attack. Okay, I'm just wondering what I should ping. He will do 6 damage, this guy will do 5 damage. Or maybe... I don't know what to ping. I'm gonna ping this off, I guess. And then I'm going to go ahead and... play Focus, 6 damage, right? Yeah. Okay, gonna play Focus on this. And then I will take out both their guys right here. And also play a Skirmisher right here. Lovely. And remember I have this Ducal Infantryman. That will increase my total power output for a turn. So this guy will die, I'm pretty sure. Indeed he will. And now he has only 1 health left on that, so I just need to do a single damage. Not to mention I'm blocking him from killing this for at least 2 turns. And he doesn't have time to get over here properly. So we're both in a fairly desperate position right now. He's going to try to make it over here. I'm of course going to try to prevent that. I think I have a couple more flips left in this deck. This ended up being a bit more intense than I thought it was going to be. So he's just going to attack that one. I am going to go ahead and play 2 to do a damage to him. Now I have Focus. That's not really what I wanted. Powerbound. Blessing of Haste. So I win. There we go. GG, my friend. Single spell for haste. Some increased attack, and the victory is mine. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope maybe there will be more to come in the future. That was I've only been playing games on camera, so as you can see I gained 350 there, and that's all I got. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.